After 3 months, a fugitive accused of murder now back in Bexar County. You remember that back in mid-May, authorities in Kansas found 22-year-old Ronnie Jay Salas and then arrested him for a murder charge in San Antonio. But Salas wasn't brought back to Texas until last week. Tonight, the victim's mother in this case sat down with the night team's Avery Everett, and she's asking why it took so long to get the suspect here.
We all still carry him.
Ashes hang around Tony Brantley's neck. This is a piece of her son, Andre, and a reminder of what happened.
I'll never be the same, ever again.
24-year-old Andre Montera was shot and killed on the southwest side in April. He was picking up a coworker before his night shift when the shooting happened.
My son was unarmed in his seatbelt in the car, pulling away.
The man accused of pulling the trigger is 22-year-old Ronnie Jay Salas.
We've been covering this story for almost 4 months, so here's a timeline of exactly what we know. The shooting happened on April 23rd. Nearly a month later in May, we confirmed that Salas was arrested in Kansas. But it wasn't until last Wednesday, August 6th, that we learned he was back here in Bexar County.
We're already suffering from the loss, then we suffer from the system.
Tony says after the extradition papers were written, it took weeks for them to be processed at both the county level and the state level.
What did that look like for you?
It looked like nobody cared. I was not going to let Texas take so long that this guy got to walk out the doors in Kansas. I just wasn't.
The DA's office told us on Monday this case with Salas had been indicted, but said they could not comment further on the extradition timeline. Salas's bond is currently set at $350,000.
Where do you find the strength every morning to fight for justice?
Because I've learned living in Bexar County that they're not going to fight for him. My grand boys, all they got is a locket with some ashes in it. That's all they got of their daddy.
Months later, this mom is still fighting, calling for clarity in the system and calling for accountability in her son's case. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
So Salas is supposed to be back in court in the beginning of November. The governor's office says that 3 months for an extradition process is, quote, not unusual given the legal requirements and logistics that they need for a transfer.